Hello, beautiful people. I hope you're having an amazing day. You are a star. Don't let anybody dim your light. It is another gorgeous, sunny, beautiful, blissful day. Hopefully the sound's a lot better, okay, on this one, okay? I've got a lot of feedback regarding that, and the lighting's better. However, today we've got a very important subject, okay? What is the red pill, okay? How to take it, and how to go through a spiritual awakening. Big shout out to everyone that's just subscribed to the YouTube channel, and thank you for all the positive feedback that you guys have been giving and looking at the other videos as well. Big love to you. But if you're new to the channel, okay, and you're not too sure what the red pill is, have a look at the couple previous videos. These are some signs of, that you're going through awakening. But let's break down what the red pill is, okay, and how to take it and how to go through a spiritual awakening. Now, firstly, the red pill is a concept that's come from the movie The Matrix, okay? Basically, the film was about a character who was working in an office and he was trying to escape the life because someone was, sending them messages to say, we've got to meet, this isn't you, blah, 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 so on and so forth. Eventually, he came to he had to follow the white rabbit, okay? So there were some messages to say, follow the white rabbit. The white rabbit being a reference, okay? Being a reference to Alice in Wonderland, where Alice went into the rabbit hole, right? She followed the white rabbit. It went into a completely other world. You could say it was the real world, right? Or a world she never seen before, right? And discovered, a lot of different characters, a whole new reality, right? A whole new reality from what she knew. And basically Neo, okay, the main character in the Matrix, follows the white rabbit. So he discovers that there's a lady, with a white rabbit on the shoulder, and decides to follow her to the party, gets invited by her to a party, and ends up meeting Trinity. And long story short, she leads him to Morpheus, okay? This other character who's kind of like a guide, all right, in this other world, and presents him with either the red pill or the blue pill to see what reality really is, right? The red pill being a whole completely another world, okay, of what we know, and then the blue pill, pretty much you take it and you go back to what your previous life was, okay, or the current life that you have, and ignore what it is that's on the other side, right? It could be that rabbit hole. Anyways, he decides to take the red pill, take that leap of faith to see where it could take him, and discovers that he's in a simulation, in a virtual reality, right? So anytime somebody talks about the red pill, pretty much what it does is you raise your awareness to your own reality, right? You become more conscious of this matrix being like a measurement or pretty much a concept, or it could be like, for example, 9 to 5, the city lifestyle. A matrix could be everything you know about, like an apple, for example, right? So everything that you realize it was a lie, and you have to reprogram yourself, okay, to see outside of this matrix and see the endless possibilities. For example, if today you take the red pill, if you consume the red pill, you start to realize that the world's pretty much a magical place, right? You learn things about law of attraction, you learn things about, manifesting, how what we think we attract, and synchronicities as well. You think of something and it happens to you immediately. That's one of the many things of taking the red pill. You could even go into the rabbit hole, right? The rabbit hole being this whole world that you weren't exposed to, right? And you start to learn more about the dark side of life, right? What's happening behind the scenes, behind the media, behind the government. All of these things, that could be conspiracy theories, right? Even though that was coined to protect, okay, what was actually going on with JFK. Was he assassinated? Was Diana assassinated? Who really knows? But what we do know is that these people knew a lot, and they were ready to expose a lot of things. Coincidentally, they happen to die when they started to make more people aware of the corruption that was happening in politics, the royal family, so on and so forth. So, to put it simply, the red pill is when you are going on a journey, okay, to relearn or to learn more about what it is, okay, that you haven't been exposed to, or it's pretty much just not being ignorant anymore to, for example, the corruption, to the suffering in the world, to go into the rabbit hole of things that could be very dark and a lot of people want to continue to ignore, right? So if you take the red pill, you might want to learn more about, you know, government agendas, or, you know, how the media has been controlled by 4 corporations, or you want to learn about child trafficking, or you want to learn about, it could be about Nikola Tesla, or you can learn about, you know, all these inventions that were created a long time ago that we haven't been exposed to, simply because they don't want to give us that power. Or even other things as well. If you watch the TikTok videos, have a look at them, okay? Have a look at the other ones that hit 1 million, for example. All these things that they hide from us because they don't want us to realize our true power. This could be things like your gifts, like telekinesis, telepathy, remote viewing. These 3 things, right? A lot of us don't realize that we have these gifts, right? But it takes a lot of exercise and willpower, because we've been so conditioned to be dumbed down and think, oh, we're just our bodies, right? Oh, I can only like push an object with my hands, right? And not realizing that maybe we can move objects with our minds, right? Full Jedi style, right? However, we've been in this amnesia, right? This is why, another reason why people wake up when they take the red pill. It's like, whoa, I realize I'm an infinite being living a human experience. And then you start to realize your gifts, your talents, your psychic abilities, your ability to empathize a lot more, your being able to tap into the Akashic records, so many things. You have so many gifts and talents. You have to discover that for yourself. Now, how do we take the red pill? How do we take the red pill? It's not a matter of getting a fucking capsule and then whoop, that's it, you go into that rabbit hole. You've got to do the research. You've got to question your own beliefs, okay? And go out there, go on the internet and discover, okay? And see whether your biases or whether your views are correct, and whether other people's views, whatever conspiracy theory that may be, right? Whatever conspiracy theory that may be, and see, is there some truth to that? Of course, take everything with a grain of salt. Take everything I say with a grain of salt and do the research for yourself. See what it is that aligns and resonates with your own reality, because at the end of the day, we're all experiencing our own universe. We are a universe in a body having our own subjective experience, right? So when you take that red pill, right, you might want to learn more about, for example, what's with wheat, right? You start to learn more about gluten, or you might want to learn more about GMO food, chemtrails, all these things that are poisoning our health, right? And they don't want us to know that, because they know that when we get sick, they can profit off our illnesses, they can profit off our diseases, cancers. Coincidentally, all these times, whenever somebody discovers how to cure cancer, how to cure HIV, how to cure disease, what happens? They just die. Or whenever somebody speaks up about, for example, the corruption in Hollywood, the cabal, or things like that, what happens? They coincidentally die, they commit suicide. Yes, it's overwhelming, but at the same time, did these people really just happen to die right when they're talking about these information, right? So taking the red pill is just a matter of going into that rabbit hole, okay, taking that leap of faith and thinking, okay, maybe not everything I believe is true, okay, maybe there's some truth to that. I don't have to solidify that. Truth is very subjective, right? But connecting the dots and doing the research for yourself and asking yourself, is there, to some degree, is there some logic to this? For example, I'm gonna throw one dark one out there. 2020, there was a lot of furniture being sold for $10,000, right? Thousands of dollars, right? Ellen also happened to have some furniture for sale, some equipment, whatever, lounge shit, for thousands of dollars. And coincidentally, these furnitures happen to be the same name, right? The same name of the children that have been missing. That's a big red pill to fucking swallow, right? Now, you could be like, oh, it's just a coincidence, but for thousands of dollars, who pays when you can buy just a fucking decent stuff from IKEA or whatever, some furniture store from around the block that's handmade from fucking Italy or whatever, right? Handcrafted. But to buy furniture like a wardrobe or a cupboard or some fucking lounge for thousands and thousands of dollars just happens to have a female name of a female that's been missing. That's a big fucking red pill to swallow. So that's one way to go through the red pill, right? There's so many other ways, right? You can learn, for example, the first red pill I took, right, was when I learned that I could live a vegan lifestyle, right? I could eat a plant-based diet and still make some solid gains, right? 4.5 years, and I never thought it was possible to live without eating animals. And that's when I thought, shit, what else are they lying about? What else is about my health that I don't know, that I'm not aware of, that they don't teach us in schools, that they don't teach us in the systems? Why? Because the more ignorant we are, the easier it is for us to be herded like fucking sheep, right? So that was my first big red pill. Or when I took, for example, MDMA, not to say you should take it, okay, or psilocybin, these things expanded my awareness, and I thought, fuck, like what is there to learn about this world, this reality? Once I started to discover these truths and the lies that we've been told, that's when I had to do my research. That's when I had to look for the evidence that, hey, I can live like this freely, right? I don't have to work in a fucking job that I don't like, right? I don't have to be in the same place. I don't have to wait 30 years to become successful, right? Or to retire. I can retire right now. I'm retired from society. I live life the way I want to live my life. The final one, guys, is how to go through an awakening, right? Long story short, you don't really choose your awakening. Your awakening chooses you. Everybody has a different trigger to their own awakening. It could be health, it could be trauma, it could be death, it could be... Every awakening is different, right? It could be the loss of a relationship. It could be, you were exposed to certain information, right? Or you could have some profound synchronicities where X, Y, and Z, everything linked up in your life, and you're like, what? For me, it was like that. I took MDMA, I expanded my heart, I became more connected with the universe. I started to experience way more synchronicities, telepathy. I was sending messages to my partner at the time that was in another country. I was getting all these profound moments, and I started to realize, holy shit, our mind is more powerful than we realize, right? So, and then I went through this deep awakening. I started to see light, I started to see ghosts, I started to feel orbs, energy, souls, everything you can think of, right? Started to see orbs in the sky. Some days I'll see fucking UFOs. Blew my mind because I was more receptive to the universe, and that's the key here, right? You got to be very open. When you're very open to the universe, it just shares so much fucking information with you, right? This universe is so multi-dimensional. You have absolutely no fucking... Anything you can think of is actually... It's possible, right? So don't think you're crazy if you're going through this process, right? Check out the other YouTube video where I explain, some signs that you're going through an awakening. You don't choose your awakening chooses you. And it could happen in every given moment. It could happen in a few years. It's probably happening right now. Chances are, if you're watching this video, you're going through an awakening yourself. It might not be spiritual, it could be health, it could be just having more awareness of who you are, okay, what you hear. Maybe you have some flashbacks of your past lives. Maybe, you're going through big changes and you're starting to feel this shift in your life, right? So that's it. That's what it for you. Once you go through that, you go through the dark night of the soul, you start to go through the shadow work, realize it's gonna be okay, you're gonna figure it out, okay? The universe is always communicating to you through messages, okay? Through numbers, through people, through music, and ultimately, you're always guided, you're always protected, always come back to yourself. Your intuition, okay, your inner knowing is gonna be your navigator in this life. Your higher self You got to pay attention to it. Don't listen to your ego. Your ego is here just to play character as a human being, right? The universe is constantly speaking to you. Live with love, live with unconditional love, because that's what's going to guide you outside of the matrix. And that's what I got from the movie, the last one. Love is the most powerful force in this existence. It's what perpetuates everything, right? If you can come back to love, you've exited the matrix, because they know that they can't control people who are in love. They can only control people who are in fear. All right, that's the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If that resonated with you, leave a comment down below, okay? For programs, services, okay, more videos like this, check out danieljohnallen.com. If you have any questions, add me on Instagram, okay, and Snapchat, okay, Daniel John Allen. Big shout out to everyone on the TikTok fam, Royal Blood family. We've got over 95,000. We're gonna hit the 100K soon, probably by this video. Almost banned on this, so I gotta be careful with what I hashtag, right? Daniel J. Allen. Peace and much love to everyone. Stay woke, blessed, and alkalized. Remember, you're a star. Don't let anybody dim your light. Keep going, keep thriving, keep rising. It's gonna work out. It's gonna be absolutely fucking amazing. Fuck the blue pill, okay? You came here to be a fucking lion, a lioness, a god, a goddess, a king and queen. Keep fucking conquering. Peace and much love. Speak to you guys soon.